just said the game stopped, started calling the fouls. Did you feel that way, where it kind of, whatever momentum, whatever rhythm you had, stopped when there were so many fouls called against you guys?
I mean, yeah, it's never, especially on the road, and the way that they try to defend us when the game stops, it's not in our favor. So, just got to understand momentum. In a game, like two different styles of play, it all matters. So there's a turnover where me and Klay had a little miscommunication in transition, and then the barrage of whistles and all that stuff changed momentum quickly. That was really the point where they felt like they got life, and they finished off the quarter strong, and it carried over into the second half. So we gotta respond.
Steph, parts of this game were very similar to game one, and you guys adjusted obviously beautifully. Is each game just its own separate entity, and we can't draw any conclusions from one game to the next about momentum or tendencies?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the nature of a playoff series, especially because of how drastically different we play. So, yeah, we'll respond. We got a lot of confidence in our ability to do that, and that's why you play the game.
How different was it for you when you have Reeves picking you up to start? Obviously, Vanderbilt's kind of freelancing maybe a little bit. Did that take an adjustment? Was that a little bit of a wrinkle that took a while to figure out?
Yes and no. Like, it was obviously different from game two, more similar to how they tried in game one, but I knew that they were not going to trap and let us play 4-on-3 on the back side. We got to a little bit of it, but they're long and athletic behind the play, and that's their strong suit, to try to protect the paint. And for us, we obviously gotta shoot the ball better as a team, as a whole. Create better looks by moving the ball. But it's more just a connecting the game issue for us. It's always been like we had things rolling in the first half, and as soon as the game turned in the middle of the second quarter, play right into their hands. So I'm not really worried about the adjustments, more so than just connecting the entire game.
Hey, Steph, whether it's calls that stop the momentum of a game or you guys not getting calls you'd like, what can you guys draw from the team's obvious experience to navigate through those things?
Just remain confident in who we are and how we play, and not get distracted by stuff that you can't control. As much as it's frustrating, that's the test that every team has to go through throughout a series, is blocking out all that type of stuff as much as you can. We obviously know who we are and what we're capable of, and all the things we always say after the loss, and I'm excited to get back out there on Monday.
You mentioned that pass to Klay. You turned around and you did not look happy, either with yourself or whatever, just like miscommunication. You just thought he was going to cut in there, and what was going through your mind when you stopped and you literally, you looked?
It's obviously my fault because I threw the pass, but it's one of those plays where you're making a read for somebody else. It's like Cardinal sends a point guard, making a read when you're not on the same page. I know he would say if he turned around and looked, he might have had a layup, but I threw the pass, so it's one of those bang-bang kind of plays. I was frustrated in the fact that I threw it because I saw the whole thing, from start to finish, but it's just a momentum play.
I know you guys have talked about not waiting to get behind or down to kind of find that next level. But how familiar is it in this place that you're in, where you essentially facing a must-win?
I mean, how many series have we been in since it started? You find yourself in a lot of different scenarios, so you can draw back on pretty much anything, and that is one of the scenarios we've been in, and we've responded. So that's why